South Wales first four for Brisbane. 14, 6, 17 and 12, $22,346.30 on Race 8. All right, we don't have the legal right to telecast the Randwick races on Sky today, but for the call of Race 7, here's Ian.
Here at Royal Randwick, they're all in the 2,000 metre gates. They're off this time. And Millanova, one of the smartest to commence. So Assertive got out pretty well. And the same for Stowaway, and moving up quickly, striking victory. On a high is nice and handy. Followed then by Arionte, and wider out improving Thunder Rosa with Daniels the man. A length further back, Terrific Taurus over Red Trinket. Then the Queenslander Nordis from Domiel Amex. And 2 lengths to Great Anna. So Assertive is the leader. So the best back runners are first and last as they head to the back at the 1,500. So Assertive, a length, Daniels the man, striking victory third. Wider out next is Thunder Rosa, followed on the fence by On a High, then the Grey Stowaway. Length and a half, Arionte keeping company with Millanova the inside, just over 1 then. Terrific Taurus racing ungenerously, passed by Domiel the inner. Red Trinket the outside, Amex following Domiel through. Nordis second last, and Great Anna brings up the rear at the 1,100 marker. And So Assertive's rider quickens the tempo. It leads by 2 lengths, Daniels the man, as they come off the back straight. A length away, third, striking victory. Thunder Rosa's running 4, then On a High, followed by Stowaway, Arionte, Domiel, then Millanova 1.5, Terrific Taurus, Red Trinket, Amex entrenched, 2 behind the Queenslander, Nordis, another Queensland horse, and last of all is Great Anna, and she'd be standing So Assertive the best part of 12 lengths. 700 out now, and So Assertive being taken on quickly by Arionte. It's Bossy. On a High is Bossy, eh? And On a High is running in this race, trained by the Doncaster trainer Johnny O'Shea, but it's Glenn Boss on Arionte, narrowly now from So Assertive as they come to the corner. On a High's gone up on the inside. Now as they come into the straight, On a High has raced to So Assertive. They beat off Arionte, then striking victory. Well, Great Anna's back in 4th last position. On a High on the inside, and So Assertive. It's On a High on next, So Assertive. 2 lengths striking victory, and then Millanova wide out, but On a High accelerated. What a day for Johnny O'Shea. On a High is holding So Assertive, striking victory. Millanova On a High has beaten So Assertive, Millanova striking victory, followed by Domiel in company there with on the outside of it Thunder Rosa, and then came well back in the run. Great Anna never raised the hopes of its supporters. Well back in the run then was Nordis, Daniels the man, Terrific Taurus, Stowaway, Red Trinket, Amex, and absolute was Arionte. On a High. Well, what a day for Johnny O'Shea. What a day. He's trained private steer to win the Doncaster handicap, and On a High here. And John would have been On a High after the Donny. Gee, an omen tip, eh, if ever. And Corey Brown riding this particular gelding, carrying 57 kilos. Had a great battle in the straight, but has worn down. The Gay Waterhouse trained So Assertive to win coming away on the line. Number 6 second, and number 13 has run third, and that was Millanova, ridden by Reese McLeod. Number 12 ran 4th, and that was striking victory. On a High, 27 starts, 9 wins by Poyak from High Wisdom. The runner-up, So Assertive, is a Zabeel gelding. Chris Muntz aboard, and the third, number 13, Millanova by Dane Hill, trained by Tony McAvoy. Number 12 ran 4th, and that was striking victory. What about G Boss? He went up quickly on Arionte coming down the side of the track, but it was a short-lived dash, and the J O'Shea On a High, much too good. Here's the winning margin. All
right, we'll
Hanburn before this. Gatton's ready, Jason Lyon aboard. All in, set to go. Ready to run now. 1,400 metres, 2 Metro win race, the Coca-Cola bottlers. Jared Lorenzini getting back aboard Kid Dapper. Auto Play won here last year as a maiden. And they're ready to run. Pompous wants to get the head down. Stand up well, they're off and racing. It was a good start. Autoplay jumped out well with Sazonte. Fire Starters pressing on. Here comes the speed out wide. Kid Dapper, Shinicity and Clayman. He's running up to third as now Shinicity takes Kid Dapper on. Back to fifth is Valiant Chief, one off from Autoplay Pompous. Then came Kelmark, who's back about fifth last as they head into the back straight with just on 1,000 metres to run. Behind those second last was Talanto, and last of all is Gatton. Plenty of speed on at the 900. Shinicity on the inside of Clayman. They're flying. A length Kid Dapper. They've drawn out 6 clear of Fire Starter and Sazonte having a cosy run. A length away Valiant Chief likewise from Kelmark. And then came Autoplay from Pompous and Talanto. And last of all is Gatton. They leave the back. They've got just on 600 metres to go. Clayman lays down the law to Shinicity. Got the nose in front. 3 away Kid Dapper. 6 away Fire Starter. Don't panic if you're on the back markers. Here comes Valiant Chief. He's going around Fire Starter. Sazonte getting to the outside at the right time. Then Kelmark and Autoplay. Clayman, Shinicity, Kid Dapper. They've got to be targets. In fourth place, Valiant Chief. And then came Sazonte. It's Shinicity, Clayman, Kid Dapper. They're going up and down in the one spot, but they're still clear. Valiant Chief is coming through late. Shinicity's got a kick from Clayman. Shinicity, Clayman, Kid Dapper. The back markers didn't arrive. And Shinicity won it by about 2.5 to Kid Dapper. Ahead away third was Clayman, and Valiant Chief was the only horse to close in the race on a very good speed. Then Talanto, who made some ground with Pompous. Sazonte did nothing, nor did Kelmark or Fire Starter or Autoplay, and Gatton was last. It looked terrific speed, it certainly was, but Shinicity has kept finding. Holly McKechnie for Mark Minavini, number 4, Shinicity has won from Kid Dapper, number 3, Jared Lorenzini. So it's girlfriend and boyfriend. The first two across the line, Dennis O'Leary, the trainer. And Kid Dapper will get up in time and grab third from the other tearaway in the race. And that was Clayman, who just wilted today. His run on Saturday taking a bit out of him, no doubt. Valiant Chief in fourth place. And there was nothing really running on. Autoplay did nothing. Pompous, pretty ordinary. Kelmark, nothing. There was nothing from Sazonte. It was with Valiant Chief and couldn't go with it. So the pacemakers have kept running, and they were well and truly in the market, weren't they, with Shinicity winning the race at odds of 8-1 on Unitab. Quinella, $40.50. Trifecta, $188 on race number 8.
All right, Hilton, thank you. And one race to go there at Oakbank this afternoon. The final race, race number 9, scratch out 10 and 16. Pushing Daisies and Lady Ashland. $159.60 was on race 7. Now at Caulfield, riders are up for the Orong Handicap and they're about to head out. 2,400 is the trip. This is also the last leg of the New South Wales.
Now Fort Knox has gone up. Just over 30,000 for the meeting at Randwick today. They had 53 on Saturday, so in excess of 80,000 for the 2 days for their Easter Carnival. They continue, of course, with the Oaks on Wednesday. Up at Randwick, we go to Sandown on Wednesday. This track has raced in magnificent fashion. It's a credit to Ray Chandler and all the team here, the track maintenance people. Rail stayed in the true for the 2 days. Last one up is Mersey, and they're ready to go. 2,400 the trip. Gates are back and they're off and running. And Sooner Bounce quickly down near the inside, beat out Desert Clearance, and away quickly Fort Knox. Further out on the track here is Chow Rocky coming over, and wider out on the course coming down the straight is Our Court. Down to the winning post they go. Sooner the inside, headed by Chow Rocky and Fort Knox. Our Court is up on the outside of those. They're followed back towards the inside by Condi's Hope going out of the straight, followed on the outside of it by Chocolate Ali. A length and a half then to Hard to Get over on the inside as they go out of the straight and go to the side, followed by Our Spur. Mersey's got back from Denazri, and further back then Our Bahari and Star Dealer. Up the side they race at the 1,800 metre mark, and the leader is Chow Rocky, slowing them up a length and a half in front. Moving up is on the outside second is Our Court. They're followed out wider by Fort Knox. It's improving now at the 1,600 to go up second. Outside Chow Rocky and Fort Knox, and Chow Rocky together 2.5 to Our Court, a half Sooner. 3 further back in the race then Hard to Get. It's tracking out a little deep around Condi's Hope and Chocolate Ali the middle, a length further back than Little Baldy. They're followed back behind those by a little wide on the track would have been Our Spur. Then came Desert Clearance, is just off midfield, back on the inside of Mersey. Then Denazri from Our Bahari and Star Dealer last of all. Running up to the top of the hill at the 1250 metre mark, and on the outside Fort Knox took it up a length to Chow Rocky. 2.5 to Hard to Get to improve quickly up to third. 2 lengths further back in the race, Our Court. They're followed over on the inside of it by Sunar, a length into Our Spur. 1 further back, Condi's Hope inside, Chocolate Ali. 2 to Little Baldy, a half Desert Clearance is only got about 4 behind it. 2 lengths behind Desert Clearance, then came Mercy from Denazri. Well back Our Bahari and 3 to Star Dealer. Fort Knox in front coming down the side. At the 850 by a length and a half, Chow Rocky and Hard to Get the outside. A length then to Our Court. They're followed further back in the race around the outside by Our Spur. Back to the inside Sooner. Little Baldy on the outside of Condi's Hope. Further back Chocolate Ali. Desert Clearance a fair way back from Our Bahari. Over on the inside Denazri and a long gap to Mersey. Before the turn, Fort Knox a length in front of Hard to Get. On the outside then came Our Spur battling on. A length into Our Court when they turn from Sunar. Hard to Get under a lot of pressure and turning for home. The leader is Fort Knox by 2 lengths. Down the outside is Our Spur. Back to the inside Our Court. Hard to Get still whacking away in the middle. Then Sunar and further back Desert Clearance. Fort Knox in front down at the 150 metre mark. Hard to Get, and on the inside Our Court and wider out on the track. Sunar coming with a run. She's flashing home Sunar after the leader Fort Knox. Fort Knox grabbed by Sunar. Sunar last stride a half neck Fort Knox. Third home the inside would have been Our Court. They're followed further back by Desert Clearance with a late run from Hard to Get. Then Denazri further back in the field. Then came Mersey, Condi's Hope. Our Spur followed by Star Dealer. Little Baldy didn't come on from Chocolate Ali, followed by Chow Rocky, and with it is Our Bahari. The filly Sooner with a late run, number 7, ridden by Darren Gauci. Sooner with a late run has overhauled Fort Knox in the shadows of the post to win. Number 7, Sooner, ridden by Darren Gauci, taking the last from Fort Knox. Our Court will be third ahead of Desert Clearance. Numbers 7, 6 and 4 in the last. 7, 6 and 4. Last on the card, 7, 6 and 4. Okay, Sooner, who always had a good run all the way, the filly, found it a little easier today than what she did recently behind the top filly Special Harmony in the Oaks at Moonee Valley. She took on the males today, but a drop in grade, 7.10 and 2.30. Fort Knox made a bold bid for victory at $2.40, and Our Court at 7 even. 7.10, 2.30, 2.40, $7. 25.40 Quinella, 69.70 exacta, 69.70. Trifecta 1193.10, 1193.10 for the try, 764. The last double 1 and 7, 43.50.
Right, that's Caulfield. Race 8 going to Sunar, ridden by Darren Gauci and trained by Lee Freedman. Freedman's had a lingy in Sydney today. She was beaten. She was beaten in the slipper, of course, when there were some pretty genuine excuses. But today there didn't look to be too many when a lingy went down to Crimson Rain in the heroic championship in Sydney. Randwick Oakbank in 11. Street Parlour, Zakuro, Santawazi and Jeune Amour, 3258. The Sky ratings through the market for the last at Oakbank. 320 Zakuro looks to be the early favourite. Street Parlour, Santawazi and Jeune Amour are among the other chances. And of the rest, well, those horses are at pretty healthy odds. Race 9 Oakbank. All right, they're moving in at Randwick for the last on Doncaster Handicap Day. Private Steer won the Doncaster in incredible style, coming from last on the turn. She weaved her way through. Glenn Boss on board weaved his way through and got her home just ahead of Grand Army. Right, here's Ian for the last in Sydney.
Right, Matt, thank you. Great battle in the ring. Costa Verde just favourite in front of Conquest. And on the tote, $4.80, number 3. So in the last, number 3 at $4.80, just shaded by number 7 at $4.60. And we've got about 3 horses to load. Crowd here this afternoon, 30,385. 30,385. Terrific crowd. So over the 2 days, well in excess of 80,000 people. Be a delight for the AJC. Now Spa comes up and Costa Verde will see the line complete. Previous going to Honour High, John O'Shea. Topical tip after Johnny won the Doncaster with Private Steer. Honour High on the previous beat, So Assertive, Millanova and Striking Victory. Other winners this afternoon, Of course, Private Steer the Donny beat Grand Army and Ambulance. Crimson Rain, Only Words, Academe, Lodgent and Besame Mucho won the firsts. Now here's the Victorian rep coming in. That's Costa Verde, trained by Tony Vassell. The Doncaster winning jock aboard Glenn Boss, and we're ready for the 8th of the day. They're all there. Conquest the inside and away they go. Nice even dispatch to Radiance of Apollo, one of the early leaders, with Fangio Expect a Star. Going up quickly as Ashworth, and not far away as Rajasthan. And then Valadez. Now Conquest settling back about 6th or 7th. National Treasure improving. And then Bon Famille. A length further back is Rectagonal, Go Volare, Araloo and Star Spire. And Costa Verde brings up the rear. Down the back straight and Fangio sped away. Fangio to Radiance of Apollo. The speed is on. 3 to Old Expect a Star, a length the Rajasthan, and 2 to Ashworth, about 3/4. Conquest, 1.5 National Treasure, and then on the inside Go Volare, followed between horses Valadez, a length Rectagonal, Bon Famille, followed by Araloo and Star Spire, and last is Costa Verde. They sweep out of the back straight, and this speedy horse Fangio making play, a length and a half on Radiance of Apollo. 5 lengths away in the 3rd position, Expect a Star, 2.5 Rajasthan. At its quarters the outer Conquest, then Ashworth, 2 Go Volare, Valadez, then National Treasure, followed by Araloo and Star, Bon Famille and Rectagonal out pretty wide. Spire next to last, and still absolute is Costa Verde. Well strung out on the last at Randwick, 600 ahead of them, and the leader is Fangio, a length and 3/4. They're starting to close the gap. Radiance of Apollo second, 3 lengths Expect a Star, Rajasthan, followed by Conquest. Over on the inside next is Go Volare, Ashworth, and then Araloo and Star, and further out is National Treasure, straightening up, and Fangio on top of the rise, being taken on quickly, left, right and centre. Conquest, Go Volare, Radiance of Apollo sticking on, Rajasthan joining in quickly, and then Ashworth, and Valadez putting in a sprint too. Rajasthan hits the front, not for long. Valadez has claimed it, and Valadez in front. National Treasure wide out, but Valadez will win it. Valadez has beaten the fast finishing Bon Famille. Wide out National Treasure, and closer in Rajasthan, and a tight go for the minor. And then came Conquest, Araloo and Star Spire, Expect a Star, Ashworth, Rectagonal, and then came Radiance of Apollo. Fangio weakened and beat 2 in. Go Volare, and Costa Verde did absolutely nothing.
Valadez, number 14, wins the last, ridden by Michael Rod. 6 Bon Famille, ridden by Rod Quinn. It's tight for 3rd. 1 National Treasure and 11 Rajasthan have hit it together. But 14 the winner over 6, and a photo between 1 and 11 on race 8 at Randwick. We'll stand by for those placings. Now we've got Oakbank coming up shortly. Race 9 is due in 7 minutes' time, and runners are getting around to the start. Zakuro at 3:30 is the Unitab favourite, ahead of Santawazi and Street Parlour number 3. Now here comes those numbers at Randwick. 1 has got 3rd, National Treasure, ridden by Chris Muntz, and so 4th will go to number 11, Rajasthan, ridden by Corey Brown. 14, 6, 1, 11. The first 4 is 13,392.70. Daily double 1 and 14, 119.30, with a special div of 10.30. So there's the New South Wales divvies, but no sign of Super Tab or Unitab at this stage. On the last on what's been a big day in Sydney. Valadez is trained by Chris Waller at Rosehill. We do have Correct Weighted Eagle Farm on the last. Twanged over Cut of Diamonds and Power Hunt. 15, 9 and 3 on the 9th. Now shortly we'll take you back to Oakbank with the final event on Great Eastern Steeplechase Day coming up. It's race number 6, and it's due in about a little bit over 20 minutes' time, the WA Derby. And we've got the totes on the previous from Ascot with Correct Weight, Rose of Thunder, Shake Your Bonbon and Delta Joy. TAB fixed odds are betting on the WA Derby. Mr Sandgroper at 3.25 is the favourite, ahead of Fatal Attraction 3.50, and then Laterre and Penny West are both at $9. So currently it's 3.25 Mr Sandgroper, favourite for the WA Derby. Cherie Buki, great story. Cherie Buki is at Oakbank for the carnival, and she is talking to Alf Matthews.
The inspiration of Oakbank, Cherie Buki, joins me. She had success owning a horse here on Saturday, and she's here representing the Oakbank Racing Club today. Cherie, lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Now, You must have been very thrilled indeed seeing Andrea Beveridge win the Great Eastern Steeplechase.
I was. I did actually a column for the Advertiser on Saturday, and I did say I'll be following Andrea Leake the whole way, because I saw the fall on Monday here, and I know I had a fall 2 days before the Dermody and know how hard she would have been working, and I was just absolutely delighted. And now she's made history, so that's just fantastic. And four races have been won by girls today, with Claire winning the listed race and Holly just winning on Tonicity. That's just fantastic.
That was Cherie Buki with Alf Matthews at Oakbank. Now, we've just got correct weight in Sydney on the last race, so if you're back to winner there, you'll be able to get paid. 14, 6, 1 and 11 were the numbers, and weight is right. Valadez got the money. Let's take a short break before they move in for the last at Oakbank.
They're ready to run. Females winning 4 of the events so far, and they're off. And beginning nicely with Street Parlour. Madame de Heros shows pace. Upmarket Star working forward and hard from out wide. And Zakuro's going up to be 4th and 3 deep at the first corner around Boot Camp, with Sele on the rails. Deeper out was Dishi Della being followed next as they head to the back of the course by Summer Wind. Over on the inside, Tag Jeu from Rose Royce. Then Jernamore, who's back running about 2nd and 3rd last. Then came Sun Tawazi, followed by Khan Donar, and Jet Set last and 15 off the lead. 900 left. Street Parlour being attacked in the lead by Madame de Heros, who eases now, and Street Parlour goes through to lead by a neck. A length and a half away third with 700 metres to go. Upmarket Star. Tuta Zakuro, who is dragging the nose along the ground, the mare. She's travelling beautifully on this speed. Whipping around the outside, Dishi Della from Sele. Boot Camp under pressure, followed by Tag Jeu over on the inside, and then Rose Royce, Summer Wind. Jernamore with a big job to do, taken to the outside from Kandanar. Sun Tawazi second last. Jet Set last. Turning 350 metres to go. This is the curtain on Oakbank for 04. Street Parlour, Madame de Heros. Sele, here's Zakuro let down with a big run. Upmarket Star. The back markers are not really closing again. Headed up by Tag Jeu, Rose Royce, Sun Tawazi. It's still Sele and Madame de Heros from Upmarket Star. Sele, Upmarket Star, Madame de Heros. Sun Tawazi late. Sele in front. Sele won the last. 3/4 Madame de Heros. Ahead away third Upmarket Star, and Sun Tawazi was the only horse to run on again. Followed by Rose Royce, Tag Jeu, and then came Jernamore, followed in by Khan Donar from Jet Set last, making some ground. Zakuro disappointed, followed home by Summer Wind, and then came Street Parlour knocking up Boot Camp, and back with it was Dishi Della. Sele. Well, the roughie of the carnival. There's always one. Remember Bitsky. Remember Chase Harry last year. And here it is, the roughie, $80.90 and $17.90. Jeff Maund on interview on Sky Racing and Sky Channel with Alf Matthews. Didn't really give the horse the greatest of chances, but luck is a fortune. $80.90 and $17.90. Sele, who'd won 3 races before today, 5th to Pushing Daisies, who was scratched from this race today after winning here on Saturday. Number 11 beats 4 Madame de Heros, Warren Hughes, Tony McAvoy. Number 1 Upmarket Star, 3rd David Carney, Shane Coombs, and 5 Sun Tawazi in 4th place. Well, they say the bookmakers come out of retirement, some of them. Once a year they work here. The word fill up springs to mind about the bookmakers and why they field at Oakbank. And sometimes a horse like this comes along and wins a race, and they keep it all. So let's hope you've backed some winners at Oakbank. It's always a tough task for punters, and we've had some great results. A big day for the girls. Claire Lindop with a double. Holly McKechnie a winner. But the day belonged to Andrea Leake, with a horse who was retired from racing and sent to the apprentices school at Racing Victoria in Melbourne, but did so well there that he was put back into work. And have a look what's happened. He's taken the big double, the jumping double, the Von Duser on Saturday, and the Great Eastern here today. On the jumping calendar, we now switch our attention to Warrnambool for the 3 big days there, and I'm sure you'll see some of the jumpers from here go across to Victoria for that massive carnival. 100,000 over the 2 days, the chairman John Glatz did announce to the public at that presentation just before, so again a big result for the Oakbank Racing Club. That takes us away. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Hilton. Great calling over there at Oakbank. Hilton has called all races on his own there this year. That may sound a little unusual, but in previous years we've had 2 race callers at Oakbank for the longer races. But when required, Hilton has been calling them off the monitor. Done very well. Yes, Box to Blue, he's been a real find. I hope he goes to Warrnambool for their carnival. We'd love to see him continue over there. I'm sure that's the plan too. Now, Nowra Greyhounds, race 4. The dogs are kicking off soon. The Railway Stakes is a Group 1. In fact, we might even be back to 3 Group 1s, I think, because they used to have 2 derbies in Western Australia. They also used to run the Australian Derby. Anyway, Mr. Sandgroper, Fatal Attraction, Laterre and Magic Aces, 2, 12, 1 and 3. So I can confirm there's 3 Group 1s in WA. The Derby, this one, the Fruit and Veg Stakes and the Railway Stakes. Mr. Sandgroper at $2.90 looks to be the top pick there. Laterre, number 1 at $7.60 is a chance as well. And then heading over to Black Tom, Fatal Attraction, and that's about it. The race in 12 minutes. And a jockey change in race 6 for number 5 Crown Prosecutor. It's now Jason Miller replacing Glenn Smith, who couldn't make the 56 kilos. Race 6 number 5 is now Jason Miller. Terralgan Greyhounds also kicking off for our coverage of Terralgan. My Rocky, Omega Carter, Villainous Vixen and Delicate Gem 1, 4, 7 and 6. Running through the market there for Terralgan Greys. 1 the red, My Rocky is the favourite at $1.80 on Super Tab. And the other hopes there include 4 the blue, Omega Carter, and down to 7 the black, Villainous Vixen. But My Rocky at this stage is the clear top pick for greyhounds at Terralgan. So we're covering races 5 onwards at Terralgan, race 4 onwards at Nowra.
They stand a little better. This time the line looks nice and even. Starter has a final check and he let them go, and they're racing in the Derby, and Laterre and Spirit Lady was one of the first away. Mr. Sandgroper off the inside left well, and coming over Crown Prosecutor with Magic Aces, who's going to sit up on the speed, and also zipping over from the outside the filly Penny West, although 3 deep at the end of 250 from Rocketansky dropping behind them. Laterre 1 off the fence, 1.5 Fatal Attraction, the Oaks winner going up inside Just for Sam. They're being followed further back by Black Tom, settling over on the inside of Kim 2. On the fence to Pentamrus, Mystic Force well back early. Then came Moonfire, the rails, and last Chenille Prince over the crossing at the 1800 they run. And Magic Aces in pretty unfamiliar territory, left in front of the Derby and leads the way from the filly Penny West. Spirit Lady is on the fence running third. They've dropped the speed off. Over on the outside, Crown Prosecutor fourth, 1600 to go. Then the favourite, Mr. Sandgroper, who's back inside Rocketansky. A length and a half away, then Fatal Attraction. The Zabeel filly is being shaded by Laterre. A bit more than a length further back at the 1400, Just for Sam from Black Tom, who's on the fence. Over on the inside next, Pentamrus from Kim 2, the speed steady. 1.5 to Moonfire, who's back with the stablemate Mystic Force, and last of all, Chenille Prince. They're halfway out in the Derby at the 1200 metre mark, and Magic Aces leads the way. The filly Penny West getting up onto the bit now, draws alongside of Magic Aces, who again kicks up on the inside to get a neck on her. 1.5 Crown Prosecutors had a perfect run outside Spirit Lady. Mr. Sandgroper trying to get off the fence from Rocketansky. A length and a half further back on the inside, Fatal Attraction saving ground from Laterre. There goes Chenille Prince starting its run. And then Black Tom, who's in the middle, over on the inside to Pentamrus at the 800. A length and a half Just for Sam, followed by Moonfire and Kim 2, and 2 lengths to Mystic Force, dropping out a clear last. Racing along the side past the 700. Over on the inside, Magic Aces, Penny West is in the middle, and they're being closely followed over on the outside now by Crown Prosecutor going up 3 deep. He's dragging Rocketansky into the race, and King's got room on Mr. Sandgroper. Spirit Lady back behind them, getting off the fence. Fatal Attraction